Hey good people, how you doing? David Taub here, co-creator of nextlevelguitar.com. Hope all is well, and I hope your guitar journeys are going famously. And welcome to the beginning of a multi-part series of lessons on beginner lead guitar. And in this series, we're going to explore all sorts of techniques and ideas to get you playing lead guitar in the fastest, most efficient way possible. We're going to examine a different technique in each lesson, and we're going to play it over a jam track, and I'm going to start to give you a source of ideas that you can make your own, kind of pull from and put your own spin on it. So basically what this series of lessons is going to be concentrating on is how to take your notes within a given scale that you're using. You know, scales are just the building blocks that we use to build licks and riffs, and how to take your notes and start doing musically interesting things with them using these techniques, right? We're going to try to milk every ounce of emotion and every ounce of goodness out of each note instead of just going from note to note to note to note, right? In this series, we're going to explore concepts such as string bending and also how to add like rhythmic playing into your lead guitar playing. We're going to explore note choice. We're going to take a look at things like slides, adding slides and double stops, and a bunch of different things that you can do to spice up your lead playing real quick and easy. We're going to play over a jam track, and if you don't have this jam track, no problem. I'll put it at the end of the videos, like over the credits or something like that. So this way you can kind of play it there and play along to it and use it as a practice tool. Jam tracks are an invaluable tool. Real quick, if you'd like a free video lesson that's not on YouTube and a coinciding ebook where I diagram out like 21 scales, including the scale we're going to work on today, just click on the link in the text box below this video and I'll send them both to you. Click on that link, follow the screens, you'll get a free ebook and a free video lesson from Next Level Guitar. It's good stuff. Check it out. And let's take the first concept in this lesson. We'll throw in the use of slides and some passing tones, which is a really easy thing that everyone can be doing very quickly, spice up your playing immensely, right? So we're going to be in the key of B minor for all of these series of lessons, okay? And the jam track we're going to be playing over is going to be a B minor 7th, to an E minor 7th, to an F sharp minor 7th, and a 1-4-5 minor blues. And the turnaround chord, 7 sharp 9. You don't have to worry about all that. I'm not going to bog you down with a lot of theory in this lesson. I just want to get you playing guitar and having fun, right? But always know, if you can, the chords you're playing over. That's incredibly important. Just don't look at the key. That's a bad habit to get into. It'll really help you down the line if you really know and understand the chords you're playing over, the notes in those chords. It will really help you expand your musical vocabulary, especially when you go to soloing over each chord. And it's a good thing to get used to. So know the chords. It's really the chords that give you the roadmap to what you can use soloing and improvisation-wise, not just the key. The key is a small part of it. Know the chords. And let's just take one long scale. We're going to use the B minor pentatonic blues expanded scale, right? A lot of students, when they're first learning guitar, they'll learn that basic box position blues scale, pentatonic minor blues scale, right? Right, and they'll go off of that. Let's use that scale, but let's expand it in a couple of directions. So we take 3 of those boxes and kind of attach them together, and that'll get you playing across the neck, and that will help you with your playing right off the bat, right? And minor pentatonic is a 5-note scale, so we're playing 5 notes of the minor, natural minor scale, and we're adding the blue note, or the flat 5. And we're in B minor pentatonic in blues, so those notes we're going to be playing are B, D, then we're going to be playing the E, F, which is our flat 5, our blue note, F sharp, then our flat 7, which is our A note. Right? And then those notes just repeat. So let's do this. Let's take this scale, and we'll use this scale throughout this series, so we'll stay constant with that, and then you can expand it and play those notes all over the neck. There's, 5 box shapes or 2 expanded shapes that I teach on the website. So here's what the expanded scale will look like, and I'll tab all this out for you. So get real comfortable with that scale and just practice it up and back, and build up the speed. get really comfortable with that and know where the root notes are. There's 3 root notes in that 3-octave scale, 3 B's. 7th fret low E string, 9th fret D string, 12th fret B string. Those are all our root notes. Very important because you're going to be resolving a lot of licks to those B notes. You can't always know the notes, what you're playing too. 3 big tips I can give beginner students playing lead guitar to build upon is, like I said before, know the chords, what you're soloing over. 2, always know the key you're playing in. That helps too, even if you're just noodling around, right? Always know the key you're in. It'll really help you when you go to solo. And then 3, if you can, you know, once you start learning the notes, don't just memorize shapes, right? Learn the notes and the intervals of what you're playing, and that will help you tremendously. And I know it's a lot to learn the notes on the neck, and you can go to my website and I teach all that, but down the road, that's something that's really going to help you speak the language of music. It'll help you land on certain things, and sure, you know, eventually your ear will take you to all those, but this is the way to speed up the process. So, you know, just don't learn shapes all the time. Take the extra time, learn the intervals, learn the notes. It's huge. I would not steer you wrong. So we have our jam track, which is in minor key, B minor. We have our scale. We're going to use our B minor pentatonic and blues scale over all the chords. Now, we're not going to be soloing over each chord independently. That's a little bit later on down in your guitar journey. Right now, no matter what chords are going on, we're going to use that same scale over all the chords. We're going to really focus in on those B notes. Right? So the first thing we're going to do is some slides. And slides are a great way to get your notes having a little different timbre. Remember, anything you could do to vary the sounds of what you're playing is going to help you. It's going to create this new timbre, this new palette to draw from, right? So you can hear when I just slide between the 7th and the 9th fret on the D and the G, the difference in that sound then than if I just pick the notes, or even if I hammer them on and pull them off. Right? With those slides, it's a little bit more dramatic, and you get that, if you add some vibrato, you get that extra zazazoo, that extra special sauce, right? And I'm just staying right in that scale. So what you want to first do is get comfortable sliding with your first finger between the 7th and the 9th frets, especially on that D and G string. We'll add that into our licks. You could even do it on the B string between the 7th and the 10th fret. And on the high E string, right? Those immediately give you some options. So if I take a lick like, see how I'm going to end that with a slide, and I'm ending it on the A note actually, and then a little hammer to our root note. Okay, so already we're adding some slides and some hammer-ons where I'm just coming down hard, hammering 7th to 9th fret onto my root note. Right? Now, when you're sliding, you're going to be using your first finger a lot for these slide licks on some of the stuff. Here's a really good slide riff using your 3rd finger, where we're going to slide to the blue note, and this riff you'll hear all the time. Now I'm playing it a little faster. If I slow that down, I'm sliding from the 9th fret to the 10th fret to our blue note on the G string. And then sliding back. Get that motion down. And then when you slide back, pull off from that 9th to the 7th. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 sounding notes in a very quick motion. And then resolve it with a slide. End on that B. Now listen how that will sound over the track. I got the track loaded into my looper pedal. There's that slide lick. And I end on that B right. So you can see if I just play with that lick, get the track rolling, and just play with it. And you see how I double up on the notes sometime, and I change the timing, so I'm not always doing these straight 8th note riffs that students always seem to play. I'm mixing it up, stopping, varying it, adding an extra note on 1 or 2 of them, and using those slides. Listen again as I vary that lick and I stay right within that lick, right? I just did the slide. See how those slides really add a lot of drama? They add a lot of drama. Okay? So put the track on, and then you want to find that lick that has that melody. And then just keep repeating it. See how I vary it? I'm adding with that first finger, G string, 7th fret. Right? Now if you want to, now we're here, especially over that 4 chord, we could descend that lick. Just go right down the scale that I showed you. Now when you get to that 5th fret on the A string, that's a great note to slide up a whole step with that first finger. And the same thing 5th and 7th on the low E and the A strings. But when you slide, don't leave the note too quick. A lot of students leave these killer sounding notes really quick just to play something next really fast. Really stay on it and milk it. Let me show you what I'm talking about on that descending lick and how I can hold the notes and really get a little more drama out of it. Okay, here we go. So you heard there how I can kind of descend, slide down this expanded scale. Remember, we're playing 3 kind of box shapes together, which gives us this ability to be out of this box and into some more liquid type soloing sounds because we're kind of gliding across the neck and not just playing vertically up and down. So let me show you another couple cool licks using slides. Let's slide into this little upper position here. That's always a winner, that lick right there. Where you're ending, remember we ended on that G string with our first finger, on that flat 3rd, on that D note. You can always bend that a little bit. We'll talk about more of that when we get to our bending lesson. But if you go from that note, sliding with your 2nd finger to the B note, to the root note, on the B string at the 12th fret, that lick always sounds cool. Right? So if you put that in context, so if we put that in context with the lick we were playing before, see, you're sliding up to that root, hold it, vibrato it, then you got this whole little mini box here of goodness. We have the root note, you got the flat 3rd again, got your E note, it's all right there, your blue note, there's your F note. All right there. And again, you can be using those slides, especially from that 12th fret to the blue note. That sounds really good. Check it out over the track. I'll start over here. See how I slid up there? Here's those little... Really taking my time, letting the notes breathe. I'll put the jam track at the end of this video. Play it and just practice coming up with these cool little phrases using 3 or 4 notes. That's all you need at first. And connecting them with these slides through this scale shape that I just showed you. And right off the bat, all those slides will really help you to get a different timbre, to get some different sounds, and to really spice up your lead playing. Give it a try. Stay tuned for the next lesson where we're going to go over more beginner lead guitar tips. I'm David Taub, co-creator of nextlevelguitar.com. Don't forget, go to the website. There's over almost 1,100 video lessons, written lessons, jam tracks. The site is absolutely packed, and there's a 3-day free pass right on the homepage. So be sure and check that out. And also click on that link for the free video lesson and the free ebook. It'll really help you. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you in the next segment of this series on beginner lead guitar. Take care and keep on rocking.